I'm Dr. David Bull. I'm chairman of Reform UK. I've had a very different backstory. I'm a medical doctor by training, and I've worked for 30 years in television. I've been involved in politics really for many years, but I became a Brexit Party MEP in 2019. I was then deputy leader of the party, and now I'm really proud to say I'm chairman of the party. And so I European Parliament. We got on the Eurostar, we took the Union flag back to where it belonged. It's extraordinary to
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the Chairman of Reform UK, Dr. David Bull.
Good afternoon, Birmingham! Well, I'm Dr. David Bull. I am chairman of Reform UK. We are the fastest growing political party in this country and the fastest growing political party ever seen in British history. Now, just over a year ago, Nigel Farage announced his return to this party and frontline politics. Let me tell you, it was a move that has sent the woke left spiralling into chaos, disorder and division. Our mission is gathering pace. The British people are behind us. They know we will change this country, we will become the party of government, and we will make Britain great again. Now, the government is falling apart as we speak. Now, last week, the Prime Minister announced phase 2 of his government. How's that going, Keir? They are on the run from us, and ladies and gentlemen, Rayner has resigned. And let me tell you, one by one, we are taking every single one down. Well, a very good afternoon to all of you. I'm delighted to welcome everyone joining on our live stream from around the world, and of course our amazing audience here at the NEC in Birmingham for our Chairman's Conference. This year's conference, as you can see, is even bigger than last year. Over 10,000 passionate reformers will join us in this arena over the next 2 days. Every single one of them is determined to turn around this country's fate and to put the great back into Britain, aren't you? Now, since we met last year in this very city, we have seen a seismic shift in British politics. In the general election last year, we defied all expectations. We seized 14.3% of the vote, and we returned members of Parliament to Westminster for the very first time. So how are we polling now? Well, in Wales, we have had a stratospheric rise. We are currently polling at 28%. We are now on course to win a majority of seats, and ladies and gentlemen, we are poised to take control of the Senate. We are determined to topple the smug, incompetent Welsh government. Let's turn to Scotland now, shall we? At Scotland, we are polling at 20%. We are climbing by the day. The Scots can see we are the only party that believes in the Union, the only party that can turn around the fortunes of the Scottish people, and the only party that can oust the abominable SNP from office. Now, when you look at the national picture, it tells an even better story. We are consistently polling above 30%. Yesterday, The Sun reported we are at 32%. Last week, though, we saw a major breakthrough. For the very first time, we polled 35%, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is more than the Tories and Labour combined. Now, it's a highly significant number because at that level, the arithmetic of parliamentary seats changes dramatically. If there was a general election tomorrow, and my goodness, don't we need one? Exactly. Then that would mean we would gain anything between 375 to 450 parliamentary seats. That would give us a working majority of between 50 and 125 seats. It would make Reform UK the party of government, and Nigel Farage would become the next British Prime Minister. Now, if that is correct, this is what the electoral map would look like. It really is amazing news. But there is some sad news, ladies and gentlemen. We would have to say goodbye, and we have already said goodbye to Three Homes Angela Rayner, a no-brainer. Also to go, Rachel from Accounts, who has never studied accountancy, she's out. My favourite, mad, moody Ed Miliband, he's out. And Rishi Sunak, James Cleverly, Kemi Badenoch, the leader of the opposition, would all go too, not that anyone would notice. And Starmer knows it. He knows he is about to be wiped off the map. So, to try and counter it, guess what he's done? He's turned his fire on Nigel. If you notice, he can't stop talking about Nigel. In the Commons, on television, at PMQs, he mentions him at every possible opportunity. There is no doubt, ladies and gentlemen, Keir Starmer has a man crush on Nigel. But make no mistake, this really is a serious time. This is a pivotal moment in British history. We are now predicting that the Tory party will face an existential crisis and will be all but wiped out, and Labour would return its worst results since 1931. Now, if you then add into the mix the threat to Labour from the new parties of the left, firstly, the party currently called very imaginatively, your party, led by Jeremy Corbyn and Zara Sultana, or as I like to call them, Fruit and Nut. And then, if you add in the uber left-wing Green Party under the new leader, Zach Polanski, we will see the abject decimation of both monolithic mainstream historic parties. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the stakes could not be higher because this country is in terminal decline. This country has a government with no belief structure, no coherent policies, and frankly, no clue. Since the Labour Party came to power, it has wrecked Britain. Starmer has done more U-turns than a learner driver on a skid pan. Let's look at the winter fuel allowance for pensioners, the benefits bill, the inquiry into the grooming gangs. They have crippled everything that is great about this country. They have clobbered businesses with the rise in employer national insurance from 13.8% to 15%. That has destroyed businesses, it's destroyed employment prospects, and it has forced the closure of many small companies. They have also clobbered the farmers. These are the very people we rely on to feed us. These are the people who give us security of food. It is unacceptable. Not one member of that cabinet understands farmers. Their insane ideological imposition of inheritance tax on farms worth over £1 million sounds the death knell for the custodians of our countryside. 70,000 farms are affected, and by the way, a third of farms actually make a loss. 80% of farmers fear for their future. And we've also heard of farmers committing suicide because they are so devastated. And not content with this, Labour has clobbered the fishing industry. It is unbelievable. Keir Starmer has given away the livelihoods of our fishing communities by signing away the rights to British fishing waters to the EU for the next 12 years, decimating fishing towns up and down this country, from Lowestoft to Hull to Peterhead. They have also clobbered hard-working families who often have 2 or 3 jobs to send their kids to private schools by adding VAT to school fees. Now, the government says, oh, it will bring in more money. The reality is far from that. Tens of thousands of kids have been dragged out of school mid-term and forced into the overburdened state system, by the way, a system they were already paying for. I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, this is madness. It is ideology over pragmatism. And if that wasn't enough, they have given away sovereign British territory. They have given away the Chagos Islands against the wishes of the Chagossian people to Mauritius, a country that has never owned them. And then, to rub salt into the wounds, we're having to pay 35 billion quid to lease them back, to use them as a military base. It is utter insanity, would you not agree? 11,000 non-doms, these are people who live in other countries, but they choose to stay in the UK to create businesses, to run businesses, and to employ people, have left the country, taking their businesses and their jobs with them. And then we come to the biggest joker in the pack. That, of course, is Mad Ed Swivel-Eyed Miliband. We already have the highest energy costs in the developed world, and yet his obsession with net zero is going to cost us £800 billion. In fact, it may be as high as £3 trillion. In fact, it is such a large figure that no one can actually quantify it. Even though we only emit 1% of global emissions, he is going to rip up our countryside, destroying it with pylons, with substations, wishes of local communities, like in Suffolk, where I live. The unions are on the march as well. The unions know this government is weak. Starmer has already given away 10 billion quid of pay rises to try and keep the unions sweet, and yet they come back for more. We are now bracing ourselves for a winter of discontent. He gave the railway workers 15% the minute he entered office. He gave the junior doctors, resident doctors, a 22% pay rise, another 5% on the table, and yet they have come back for more, demanding another 28%, bringing that total to 55%. You tell me any job in the private sector that could command that kind of pay increase. And then there is Rachel from Accounts. This is the Chancellor who has no grasp of economics and, quite frankly, no clue. She hounded us for £40 billion, but she's made such a hash of things, she's coming back for another 50 billion quid. The cost of government gilts is now higher than under Liz Truss. The cost of Britain's borrowing is now at its highest level since 1998. That is 27 years. The markets are spooked, the pound is falling, and inflation is rising. And make no mistake, She is coming for your money because this country, the United Kingdom, is heading for economic meltdown. It is the same old Labour story. And then we come to illegal immigration. The government has lost control of our borders and our national security. We believe there are over 1 million people in this country who do not have the right to remain. Under a Reform UK government, our policy is simple, 3 words: detain and deport. It's very, very simple. If you come here illegally, you will not be able to claim asylum. You will not receive benefits. You will not have hotel accommodation, and you will not have day trips to the zoo. You will be detained and you will be deported. And to do that, we will leave the ECHR. We will tear up the Human Rights Act. We will replace it and make sure the British people are first by replacing that with a British Bill of Rights. And I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, and you will agree with me, the people of this great country have had enough. And you can see that with 3,000 protests that have taken place across this country this year. And what is the government's answer to all of this? Well, it's to trample on your rights. They are creating a dystopian society, a police surveillance state with the introduction of digital IDs, visual recognition technology in supermarkets, and they want to arrest anyone who dares to speak out on social media. Make no mistake, the only answer, ladies and gentlemen, the only answer to Britain's many problems is to vote for Reform UK. Now, I've been chairman of this great party for 3 months, and we have been readying ourselves to fight local, mayoral, and in time, a general election. And together, we are taking the next step. As many of you know, I've been touring the country. I have been already to Edinburgh, to Sunderland, Cumbria, Cheshire, Warwickshire, Gloucestershire, Cornwall, Clacton, Ipswich, Surrey, Berkshire, Hull, Doncaster, and Cwmbran. And I have had the great pleasure of meeting many, many thousands of you, our amazing members and supporters. I've seen between 4,000 and 5,000 of you already in 3 months. And in that time, we have also broadened our electoral base. Let me just explain this to you. We really are in uncharted political waters. So on the doorstep, when people say, who is voting for you? Here's the answer. Half of Labour's voters are now backing us. 40% of our voters did not go to university. And contrary to many accusations, 60% of our voters are under the age of 50. They are young reformers. Now, in my tenure as chairman, building on my 30 years of experience in television, we've built our own TV studios at Reform HQ in Westminster to ensure we get our message across to millions of British voters by bypassing traditional media outlets. We've also built a purpose-built press room to facilitate our press conferences. When I took over, I promised you that I would democratise the party, and we have done just that. We invited our members to apply to join the board of the party. I then hosted the live hustings event from HQ, and all of you voted for 3 members to join that party board. And we held our first board meeting on Monday of this week. This week, we also opened our call centre to provide our members with a dedicated membership hotline and advisors on hand to help you make the most of your membership. And let me just explain to you, our membership is growing exponentially. Last year, in this very city, we had 76,000 members. Today, we have 240,000 members. And let me tell you, the work continues. Over the last few months, Reform UK has been developing a state-of-the-art digital infrastructure. And here at conference, I'm thrilled to announce the launch of our sophisticated, bespoke, AI-powered central operating system, which powers the party's entire back office and also the campaign ecosystem. It has been purpose-built for political operations. And what it does is it brings together all of the party's campaigning, financial, communications, compliance, and operational tools used by HQ and also, crucially for me, used by over 400 active branches. In other really exciting news, we're also launching our new app. It is called Reform Go. It is an app built for you, our members. It is tailored to connect, engage, and involve all of you, our members, our amazing, passionate members across the country. Members will be able to see their membership details, receive notifications regarding events, volunteering, campaigns, and you can also access a social feed updated by Reform UK. And to unify our digital offering, we're also launching our new Reform UK website. That is our public-facing hub that enables seamless access to membership to events, donations, our shop, and campaigns. Let me just say from the bottom of my heart, I am so proud of what the team has accomplished. I'm so excited for our members to start using what we have built. Both our IT infrastructure and Reform Go will continue to evolve, and we will offer new features and functionality as we progress. What I can tell you, this digital offering proves that not only is Reform UK the most popular political party in the country, we are also the most advanced, high-tech political party in Britain, and that is worth a round of applause. Make no mistake, Reform UK is professionalising. We're driving forward, and we are determined. Make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, the fight is here. The fight and the battle is underway. We are ready to fight, we are ready to win, we are ready to become the party of government, and we will put Nigel Farage into number 10 Downing Street. He will be the next British Prime Minister. Now, I'm so delighted that all of you have made the journey here to Birmingham, and this is an amazingly huge conference. In fact, it's such a huge conference, I wanted to bring in one of Britain's brightest TV presenters to help me. Sadly, I couldn't find one, so I called my old mate, my old colleague from Talk TV, a man I've shared many intimate on-screen moments with. I'm delighted to say he has agreed to help me out. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my co-host for this conference. It's Jeremy Kyle.
DB, you dropped some. DB, good job, good speech.
Thank you.
You all right, you lot? Come on, bit louder, you all right? Can I just say, intimate personal moments or private or business ones? What did you say?
Let's keep it between us.
All right, really? Here's the thing. Thank you for inviting me. I imagine most people here would assume that when you go to a party sort of conference, you sit there for 4 hours like, oh, God, another speech. Today will be different. Reform wants to find out what the people have spent their hard-earned money coming here to understand what it's all about. And we want to speak. I'm going to grab this man straight away. Pete didn't expect this. How are you? What's that say? Burton and Utoxeter. Peter, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much.
Come a long way. Both days or just today?
Both days.
Brave. Just genuinely, what did you expect? What do you want? Why are you here? Why is this so important for you, pal?
Well, I heard a lot of things like on TikTok and the news and everything. I wanted to come and hear for myself, directly from the people, what's new and what's going to happen.
What do you think of the state of this country right now?
I think it's in a complete mess, to be honest with you.
And do you think the reform and what you heard David say then is the answer?
Well, they better do, after all of this.
You're on notice, Bull. You better be right. I feel like, do you know, I feel like Challenge Annika without the yellow suit. Right, where are we going to go? We're going to grab. Look at all these terrified-looking people. Where's my man? Oh, let's go for him. What's your name, sir?
Richard.
Where are you from?
I'm from down in deepest, darkest Sussex.
You didn't really know where you came from, then. It's quite funny. Brilliant, doesn't know where he's lived.
Early to drive up here, that's right.
Both days or just one?
Both days.
And for you, similar question. You look around this hall at the NEC, you feel the vibe, you feel the passion amongst these people. What does it mean for you?
It's more for my kids and their kids. I mean, we just want to help put the country back on the right path, and the energy is phenomenal.
I think that's a really important point. I think that lots of people of a certain age are looking at the future for their kids and their grandkids, right?
Yeah. Well, I think, people work hard all their lives. You want a country that respects that hard work and lets people keep their money, and at the moment, you just haven't got that.
Who knew? This is brilliant. Who are we going to now? I've lost the will to live. Here he is, this lady. I'm going to sit down. Been a while since I sat on a step in a blue suit with a white shirt. Wow. All right, let's start. Here we go. Jacqueline.
Yes.
Where are you from?
Swindon.
Swindon.
Sorry.
That's an interesting place.
It's average town, and I.
Well, don't slag it off that much, Swindon. What's good about Swindon?
It's
Right. Anyway, so in terms of today, in terms of reform, you're here to see all the speakers. Nigel later, David Bull laying out what this party thinks going forward. What did you make of that speech?
Yes, it's great. Yeah.
Well done, David. I'd just like to point out that David Bull has been sweating blood for about 3 months. He was up all night shaking like a whatever, and Jackie's gone. It's great.
What I'd like to say is that I'm from an average town. I'm an average person. I've been to work all my life. I've brought up 2 children, and I see what's happening, and I don't like it. And these guys have given us hope. They've given us something to aim for, and that's why I'm here.
Absolutely. And somebody said to me the other day that when the silent majority, that when silent people who don't think that their voice is important realise they can be heard, the world can change. Really good. Give Jackie a round of applause. No, hold on a second. What are we doing here? Oh, my. Oh, go back there. You can't. Why are you doing that? Do you not want to be on? You're not moving. Get back there. Nigel's Angels. Come on. Sit. Look at this. Stand up, ladies, modelling the Nigel Farage Reform shirt. Oh. All right.
All right.
Where you come from, love?
Doncaster.
Doncaster. Had a car crash there once. So here for 2 days?
Didn't use A&E.
Sorry?
Didn't use Doncaster A&E.
You're not starting, are you? What's your name?
Rebecca.
Rebecca, lovely to see you. What's your name?
Jackie.
Jackie, another Jackie. It's quite a common name, you know. What's your name?
Rachel.
Rachel, lovely to see you. Not Rachel from accounts. Is it only me who thinks Rachel Reeves looks like Richard III? What?
I can add up just.
Right, brilliant. So all of you come today. What does it mean? What's this Reform Conference about from your point of view?
I just want change for my children and bring them up in a better environment and make them proud of the country that they live in.
I think a lot of people would think, what about you?
Well, we're the friendly, confident and optimistic party. And I'll go as far as to say we're happy. We love being together. We like being here amongst like-minded people because we're all common sense people that just want a nice life and a future for the kids.
True. Oh, sorry, I'm being told. Sorry, I do apologise. I'm being waved at. I like being waved at. Does that mean I'm out of time? No, who am I looking at now? Oh, hold on, I'm being told to wait. David, I can do this, I'm live, it doesn't matter. So listen, throughout this conference, you will have the joy of me trying to come and talk to you, but we do want to make it slightly different, as I said, because so many of those conferences are just based on people sitting there and looking at speeches. There will be an amazing array of speeches, but there will be an opportunity for you guys to ask questions and touch the flesh and be near the people who will have a major impact in the future. I'll pass you back to the legend that is called Dr. David Bull, ladies and gentlemen.
Lovely stuff. The man of the people, Jeremy Kyle. Thank you very much. We'll hear much more from Jeremy later today. Now, though, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to hear from our first speaker. She's been Mayor of Greater Lincolnshire since May of this year. She's one of 2 Reform mayors. She also sits on the new board of Reform UK that I told you about earlier. Ladies and gentlemen, I am, of course, talking about the incomparable Dame Andrea Jenkins. Now, before we meet her, let's see her story.
I'm Andrea. I was a Member of Parliament for 9 years. I stood against Ed Balls and unseated him in Morning and Outward. I even stood up in the chamber in the House of Commons and told Theresa May to resign.
Isn't it time to step aside and let someone new lead our party, our country and the negotiations?
Really, my entrance into politics was here in the great county of Lincolnshire. I was a county councillor and I sort of fell into politics actually after the death of my father. He used to say, it's not where you come from in life, but it's what you do in life that matters. And my siblings and I, we always believe that. You know, it's what you invest in life, in the community and in the country actually. There's 3 key policies that I'm focusing on. The whole skills agenda. Lincolnshire's been a bit of a brain drain where we see our young people educated and they leave the great county. We've got to future-proof our great economy, make sure that our children have got these skills, the tech skills, and also to be able to compete on the global stage. I'd like to retain the talent in Lincolnshire. And thirdly, I want to ensure that every penny of taxpayers' money, of your money, is well spent. We've seen that Britain is broken. Not only do we have an incompetent Chancellor who cannot manage the economy, we have a 2-tier policing system, we haven't created the environment in Britain for businesses to thrive. Reform will make sure that your children are taught properly, you're safe in your home, and that our country can be the best possible. Britain is broken and Britain needs reform.
Please welcome to the stage Reform UK Mayor of Greater Lincolnshire, Dame Andrea Jenkins.
I'm an insomniac, staring at the ceiling, waiting for my thoughts to switch off. Yes, I'm an insomniac, and all I can hear is the sound of that clock, the sound of that clock. I'm an insomniac, yeah, I'm an insomniac.
Reformers, welcome to conference. Now, is this god-awful Labour government giving you sleepless nights and insomnia too? Now, you're probably wondering why the sequin jumpsuit and why these ridiculously high heels that I can hardly walk in. Now, no, I'm not auditioning to be a Ginger Spice tribute act. But let me tell you a little story. Now, I co-wrote this song over 20 years ago with a now dearly departed friend, God bless him. At the time, I was in a rock band, and I was always a bit of a rebel. Then I became a Conservative MP, and I dressed more demure, though the rebel was still bubbling away under the surface. Now, as you may have seen when I was outside Downing Street, or calling for Theresa May and Rishi Sunak to resign when there was ruining our country, just like this god-awful Labour government's doing this now. Now, whilst I was a Tory, I attended Reform's Party conference here last year under the guise of a press pass, as I wanted to see for myself, what was this? What was this reform movement that destroyed the Conservatives in last year's election? What was it all about? Ladies and gentlemen, I too was caught by the reform wave. I too experienced that magic, the uniqueness that is reform. And at last, I am home. So I join the party of the brave. Now I join because of you, Nigel, because you will save Britain. Now you in the audience are the true believers of Britain, and the rock chick is firmly back. But seriously, we are at this pivotal moment in our nation's history where we find our voice and we fight to save Britain. We have seen across our country an outpouring as our flags fly high from households to lampposts. The British people are demanding to be heard. They are sick of the Labour government. They feel let down by the previous Conservative government, and they are fed up of being back of the queue. Are you fed up too? Now, I proudly wear our country's flag because reform is your voice. We are a nation of insomniacs as Britain is sleepwalking into disaster. But reform is waking up the establishment. So reformers, it's time to unleash our inner Britpop. It's time to unleash the spirit of the British and get to work on saving our country. Now, this is what this conference is really about. Reform, the next step, is so important. Now, it's all time now for all of you to roll up your sleeves and let's get on with halting the decline of our once great nation. Now, in May, I was proud to be elected to become Reform's first mayor of Greater Lincolnshire. And I am also proud that the fantastic Luke, the boxer, was elected too as your mayor of Hull and East Yorkshire. Now, you'll hear from him tomorrow at conference. I'm responsible for 1.1 million people, and I have the responsibility of transport, infrastructure, investment, skills, and housing. And I have a plan. It's a reform blueprint. And I'm creating a microcosm of what reform can do in government. Now, I take this responsibility seriously, and I will deliver my promises to the people of Lincolnshire. Now, Greater Lincolnshire is a strategic national asset. We feed the nation. We are the food valley of the UK. And we supply 70% of the UK's seafood, 29% of vegetables, 16% of poultry, and generated 2.7 billion in agri-food output in 2023. Now, my focus is on innovation potential. My plan is to be world-leading in food chain automation, digital agriculture, and agri-tech. And we are well positioned to support the UK's ambition to become a science superpower and drive growth in our country and county. Now, agriculture, ag-tech, defense and security, advanced manufacturing, and digital coding, I am committed to also delivering one of our nation's best trade colleges, where our young people can learn building, plumbing, welding, and other trades that are the backbone to rebuild our nation. But Lincolnshire is also renowned for our heroic bomber command. And to honour this, I'm currently working on plans to deliver the UK's first veteran village. They fought for us, and reform will deliver for them. I'm also working on plans to help in protecting our nation and bring together our defence heritage and our future. We plan to unlock the former RAF Scampton, and don't forget the Tories wanted to put migrants in there, and turn it into the most globally innovative, cutting-edge defense and security innovation park. It will be home to a rapidly growing defense cluster, collaborating with the University of Lincoln and industry to develop mission-critical digital technologies. It will protect our nation, and we will have high-speed decision-making in defense operations here in the county of Lincolnshire. Now, together we are committed to work with stakeholders to make this happen. Now, in my growth plan, I aim to power the digital economy. We are well positioned with over 1,400 digital businesses across telecom, software, marketing, and aerospace. And the sector's valued at £992 million. That's just in one county alone. You see, Greater Lincolnshire is not just a rural region. We are a strategic national asset, and Reform are going to make the most of this. With Reform leadership, investment, and recognition, the county will finally get recognised, and we will deliver transformative outcomes for Britain. Now, on the 22nd of October, put the date in your diary, you're welcome to come along, is my great exhibition. Now, I'm taking inspiration from the Great Exhibition of 1851. It was held during the Industrial Revolution that propelled Victorian Britain to be the greatest superpower of the time. Those were the days, weren't they? Now, my aim is to superpower our economy, shine a light on our amazing county and all that we have to offer. We are truly world-leading in some key industry sectors and have extraordinary potential for investment and innovation. So please join us and see some of the most innovative technologies in the UK. You will meet business, industry, some well-known speakers, some that you know very well. Embassies are exhibiting, and ambassadors will be keynote speakers. Whilst this awful Labour government is damaging our economy and driving away business, myself as your Reform Mayor and Reform are determined to become a beacon of light and hope for industry and demonstrate that we in Lincolnshire, we're open for business. Next month, I'll also hold my first Transport for Greater Lincolnshire meeting. Unlike Sadiq Khan's, which is full of diversity officers, there'll be none on ours. Ours will be a strategic working group of decision makers and stakeholders that is finally committed to delivering transport and infrastructure to get Lincolnshire moving. Now, the county has been badly let down by the former Conservative government, and you know, historically, it's received 20% less transport funding than other areas. And this current Labour government, in their recent rounds of transport funding, have bypassed both Luke and I and our areas, but instead chose to give the funding to the Labour Metro mayors. How about booing? But we at Reform, we do care. We are fighting for you. Now, I just want to touch briefly, before I finish, on Mad Ed Miliband, the net zero fanatic. Now, Lincolnshire has become a dumping ground for Miliband's net zero, with application to build 40,000 acres of solar farms on prime agricultural land. Now, Richard Tice and I, we are fighting this, and we recently launched a campaign to push back. We say no to net zero, no to solar farms, and no to pylons desecrating our countryside. We've also been working together to try and save Lindsey Oil Refinery. Now, do you know this is the last British-owned oil refinery in Britain? It's strategically important, and it has a direct oil line to Heathrow. We must save Lindsey Oil Refinery, and we must drill, baby, drill. But Labour, in their net zero hysteria, doesn't care about oil and gas. But we do. And as President Trump said recently, North Sea oil is a treasure chest for Britain, and how Britain has essentially told drillers that we don't want you. Donald is wise, and reform will not make that mistake. We value oil and gas industries, and we know that they are essential for Britain's energy security and to fuel our nation. So drill, baby, drill. Now, I am also listening. I recently wrote to the council leaders across the whole of Lincolnshire, expressing my concern at a recent newspaper report. Do you know that some of our towns are being pitched to become sanctuary cities for migrants? You know the type, freebies for migrants. But we at Reform say no freebies. We say no to housing migrants in taxpayer-funded hotels. And well done to you British people for fighting back on this. Now, I'm incredibly proud of both Nigel and Zia for their press conference last week. I hope you tuned in, it was amazing. Reform, you've got to admit, Reform has the strongest, most workable plan in Britain. And when we get into government, we will stop the boats. Over the next 2 days, you'll get a taste of what Reform has in store for Britain. But please, I urge you, don't stop there. Get involved. Deliver leaflets, campaign, raise funds for our election war chest. And importantly, tell every person that you encounter about the Reform magic, about how Nigel and Reform are our last chance to truly save Britannia. So, fellow reformers, patriots and believers in Britain, I ask you to please stand up. Be proud to be in the party of the brave. And please repeat after me that Nigel will be Prime Minister. Nigel will be Prime Minister! And we will save Britain. Reform will save Britain! Thank you and have a fantastic conference. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Andrea. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in a change to the programme. Before we move on, in light of the breaking news reaching us this lunchtime from Westminster, that, of course, is the resignation of the Deputy Prime Minister, Angela Rayner. At a time of national political crisis, it is only right and proper that we hear from our leader, the man who has already, ladies and gentlemen, changed British politics for good, and he's about to do it again.
We have a chance of doing something
very, very much indeed. We are all ships rising on a turquoise tide, headed ever closer towards winning the next general election. It's been a day of some considerable news. It seems that female politicians are all the rage at the moment. We had our own very positive announcement overnight, of which you will hear more. But the reason that I've moved this speaking time forward is because this government is deep in crisis. Not only have they fallen into deep popularity within just a year of winning the general election, but it's become clear to all of us that it is a cabinet of wholly unqualified people to run our country. They are not fit to govern. I suppose we're lucky in one way that at least the Chancellor was a senior economist at the Bank of England for 10 years. And that the business secretary is a fully qualified solicitor. And that the deputy prime minister and housing secretary, until half an hour ago, is an accomplished property developer and speculator. But you simply can't get away, can you, from being the housing secretary and avoiding £40,000 of council tax. And it screams to entitlement. It screams to a government that, despite all the promises that this would be a new, different kind of politics, is as bad, if not worse, than the one that went before. We've been told that right now the Prime Minister is organising a reshuffle. Yet another reset. And that the names of the new cabinet will come out later on this afternoon. Well, I didn't want the Prime Minister to do anything to spoil our conference, and that's why I've come on the stage now to say they are not fit to govern. The Conservative Party are riven. In fact, Nadine Dorries said overnight, the Conservative Party are dead. Deservedly so. Deservedly so. And they will not be forgiven. They will not be forgiven for their betrayals over the course of the last 5 years. Mass migrations, illegal immigrants crossing the Channel, sky-high taxes, and much else. But in the middle of this meltdown of these two parties that have dominated For 100 years, British politics, in the middle of all of this, there is a new, strong, unified party that speaks with one voice, that knows it's determined to put the interests of Britain and the British people above that of outdated international treaties or dubious courts. We are the patriotic party. We are the party that stands up for decent working people, and we are the party on the rise. Just think, I stood before you this time last year. At this very conference, we only had a handful of branches around the country. We now have 450 branches that we've set in place. As we entered the general election of 2024, we had 30,000 paid-up members. In the last hour, we've gone through 240,000 members. This time last year, we had very few councillors. Now we have over 900, and I've got to tell you, last year I said to all of you, May the 1st is coming. Volunteer to stand in the county elections. And even though the government cancelled the elections in 9 of the counties that we would have won, we still won outright 10 county councils and became the largest party in 3 others. Unbelievable. And I'll be honest with you, as I toured around the country on May the 2nd, I frankly myself couldn't believe just how well we'd done. Couldn't believe the extent to which we'd caught the mood. And the real icing on the cake, and it may only have been by 6 votes, but never let anyone tell you ever again that my vote doesn't count, because it does. And we got Sarah Pochard elected in the Runcorn by-election. We have topped over 100 of the last opinion polls. Our lead is between 10 and 15% against any of the other parties. And I tell you what, given the state of chaos they're in, I think we can increase that lead further yet. Folks, it's happening. Now the next step is going to be even bigger. Scottish Parliament elections, Welsh Senate elections, and indeed a by-election that will take place in Wales next month. All 32 London boroughs will be up for election, and we will take that seriously as we get ready to have a mayoral candidate so that we can beat Sadiq Khan next time round. We're going to need up to 5,000 vetted candidates to fight those elections next year. Those elections next year are an essential building block as we head towards a general election. Now, talking of the general election, it's supposed to be in, I know you want it now, but it's not going to come now. The next general election is not due until 2029. But let me tell you, it's all right, I'll cheer you up in a moment. Angela Rayner going, not just as Housing Secretary, but also as elected Deputy Leader of the Labour Party and Deputy Prime Minister, means there will be an internal election in the Labour Party. Already, they're facing the threat of Jeremy Corbyn and Zara Sultana. That's if the two could ever agree on anything, including the choice of a party name. But I put this to you. This battle for Deputy Leader of the Labour Party will be very like the battles they had back in the early 1980s, the left of the Labour Party will rear its voice. We're used to hearing stories of splits in the Conservative Party. We're about to witness a big rift in the Labour Party too. And I think if there is one really big message from me to this conference, I don't think, and the bond markets back me up, and the leftward drift backs me up, and before long, there'll be Labour MPs that reckon they've got a better chance on the Jeremy Corbyn sectarian ticket, because frankly, folks, that's what's going on in our country. We have sectarian politics emerging. I loathe it. I loathe it. But there'll come a point when many MPs, Labour MPs, think they've got a better chance of being re-elected under that ticket, under Corbyn, than they do under Sir Keir. I think there is every chance now of a general election happening in 2027, and we must be ready for that moment. Now, we also as a party have to raise a lot of money, and we're making progress. Our Treasurer, Charlton Edwards, and his team doing a great job. Our Honorary Treasurer, Nick Candy, has personally already put in over £500,000 of his own money. Nick, we thank you for that. But I want you two in the branches to go out and work and raise money, to volunteer to be candidates, to deliver leaflets, to knock on doors. We need to be the party of activism. And I think all of us believe, don't we, in what we're doing? Yeah. So we must all play our part and do our bit. But one of the counter-arguments, well, there are two. One is it a one-man band? I went to the football shirt stand earlier, and there you've got 11 names. Jenkins, Tice, Pochin, and so on. 11 of our most senior elected representatives. And I stood in the middle and held up the shirt that said Farage, and the BBC asked me, am I a one-man band? I said, look at this lot behind me. And one of the joys of this year has been seeing so many other senior reform figures appearing on television, appearing on radio, writing articles for newspapers. We've broadened the scope, and fresh new people are coming in. People like Colin Sutton, the legendary detective, heading up our Police and Crime Commission. People like Vanessa Frake, the toughest prison governor in the country. And many more talented people will come, and I don't believe that all governments have to be MPs in the House of Commons. That's the convention, but it doesn't work, does it? You appoint people to be a rail minister, an education secretary who have no knowledge of the department they're supposed to run. And we will bring in a ministry of all the talents from all walks of life, and to hell with convention. But that brings me on to the other argument, where I will admit we have some weakness. And that is that none of our senior figures have ever been in government before. Oh, we're beginning to see already, through the county councils that we run, certain obstructions from the civil service being put in our way. And I imagine if we win the next election, we may face similar barriers to the kinds of real change that this country needs. So we need experienced people. We need people who have been in government. We need people who understand just how the system works and what the difficulties are. We need people with experience. And that is why, after a lengthy debate and consultation, that is why I'm pleased to welcome today to the stage a woman who was served in cabinet as Culture Secretary, a woman who has sold 3.5 million books, a woman who has been on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Somebody from the real world who's worked their way up, been incredibly successful, who actually crosses the boundaries from politician into celebrity. And I'm delighted that we're going to have the experience, the talent, the hard work, and the loyalty of Nadine Dorries, and I'm proud to welcome her onto the stage now.
Well, that's the most dramatic entrance I've ever made into a room, ever. Thank you for that, guys. Everyone, I want to say I am more than delighted to be amongst you today. I'm actually relieved. And the reason why I'm relieved is I feel for the first time in a number of years as though I'm at a conference and amongst people who share the same principles and values as I have always held. And I can feel it in this room, the energy and the excitement and the acknowledgement that there is a job to be done. I want to thank Nigel for that introduction, and I want to thank everybody at Reform for bringing the party to this point. The reason why, and I'm going to deliver probably a slightly more serious message, the reason why is this government is in deep and serious trouble. It is falling apart. It is dividing and fracturing. The Conservative Party did that a number of years ago. But it's not just our political parties which are in trouble. It's the country too. And just as an example of this, if you look at our economy, everything that should be going down is going up. Whether it's taxes, unemployment figures, inflation, the number of illegal immigrants who are crossing the safe continent of Europe and leaving the shores of France to arrive on our shores, everything is going up. But the most important figure, which is rising, is the interest on our government debt. Now, what does that mean? It means that the international economic community are looking at us, and they have decided that this government cannot manage the economy. It has no faith in this government to reduce public spending. And that was evidenced to us a number of weeks ago when Labour MPs refused to put through cuts to the welfare bill. And when a government shows that it can't manage its economy, and when what is happening to the Labour Party, quite obviously now, it's fracturing and dividing into two, the far left and the left. Some of us have been here before, haven't we? Some of us are still, I'm sure some members in this audience must be as old as I am, and we're here in the 70s when we've been through this before. We know where this road leads to. So we're in deep trouble, and we can't look to either of the main political parties up till now, Labour and Conservatives, to save the country. Now, I think it's an overused expression that the next general election is going to be the most important. We say at every election, it's almost like Peter and the Wolf. But for this election coming up, it really is going to be the most important ever. Because when Labour divide, as they are doing, when Corbyn takes off the left, when they unite with the pro-Gaza independents and the new left-wing firebrand leader of the Green Party, and the ragtags and bobtails who will stand as independents during the next general election, and maybe even the Liberal Democrats, we're going to go into an election with 2 left-wing parties. And what we might face going forward is worse than we've got today. That's why Nigel, his team, Richard and others, the Reform Party is the party of the moment. Because Reform are going to do things differently, because what we know is the way the Conservative Party have done it over the past few years. And to any Conservative Party members who are watching this today and thinking of joining Reform, the Conservative Party do not deserve your loyalty. Support Reform. Do the right thing. Frankly, any party which removes 2 election-winning prime ministers, replaces them with dud after dud, just does not deserve your support. Nigel has got the answers. All summer, I've been debating, what do I do? And I have watched Nigel time after time, issue after issue, whether it's been law and order, whether it's been illegal immigrants arriving on boats, risking their lives on boats to get here, cross to the UK, leave the safe shores of France, get fed, get housed, check into a premier hotel, they'll never be deported. And why wouldn't they come here? They never get deported. Huge, huge cost to our public services. I've looked at Nigel and he has had the answers. His response to the immigrant crisis is just comprehensive. It's not only will it solve the problem of removing people, it will act as the most effective deterrent to others wanting to come that we've ever seen yet. And we know that's the case because it worked with Rwanda. When Rwanda was being put forward and mooted as a plan, the Conservative Party had a way. Its Conservative MPs just didn't have the will because 2/3 of them are wets and are to the left of the Conservative Party, and they were never going to make it work. And in case you don't know, the majority of Conservative MPs will never support leaving the ECHR. So if you think the Conservative Party was divided and it might get its act together for the future, do not be convinced. It will not. Nobody knows how that party works better than I do. It will tell you a tale, it will tell you a story, but it will not walk the walk and it will not deliver. And I suppose I want to finish by saying this. Loyalty in a political party is everything, whether it's from its members or from its MPs or its councillors. The reason why Labour are falling apart, the reason why the Conservative Party fell apart, is because when they come to be tested, as we saw recently with Keir Starmer having to make a number of U-turns because his MPs won't support him, as we saw in the Conservative Party, divided parties don't win election, and when a party has disloyal MPs, and I know something about this, I was the architect, the person who made the Posh Boys comment. I know what it's like to be disloyal. I've been around for 30 years, I learned the error of my ways, but the one thing I know now is, moving forward, what is important is saving our country. And the only way we can do that is with a party which is united behind its leader, united behind the aims and objectives of that party, and solidly foursquare behind what that party wants to achieve moving forward. It is the only way to do it. So I'm going to finish now. I'm sorry, apologies if I wasn't the person to pump up the audience. I came with the more serious message, but it's important.
She was wonderful, wasn't she?
Thank you. Shall I go now?
Very good. And to all of you watching on live stream, and I know there's a massive audience out there, listen to what Nadine just had to say. Again and again at elections, they talk the talk, they never walk the walk, but we mean what we say, and we will deliver that promise I make you. Now, Nadine is right. Our country is in a very bad place. It's a mixture between anger and despair. Is it any wonder that the protests have sprung up outside the hotels? We are in economic decline. We are in societal breakdown with law and order. We are in cultural decline. It's as if our leaders have forgotten who we were. And when we want to question it, now they will do everything they can to crush free speech online. We are not going to have this. Our country is without doubt in the most dangerous place it's been in my lifetime. And we are, and I get this in the street from people point at me and say, you are the last chance we've got to get this country back on track. We are the last chance the country's got to get this country back on track. And that is why, let's make Britain great again. I've heard that phrase somewhere else before. But I agree with it. And that is why, talking of flags, that is why spontaneously across the country, there's barely a lamppost now that doesn't have the Cross of St. George or the Union Jack. And we love it. What is going on out there is the British people are sticking two fingers up with every flag they place to an establishment that doesn't believe in Britain, to an establishment that thinks more of the interests of other countries and foreign courts than it thinks about its own people. And those flags say, we have had enough. And we will, and we're determined, we will make Britain safer again, beginning with zero tolerance policing. If you shoplift, you will be prosecuted. We will bring back genuine stop and search on our streets to drive out knives. We will deport foreign criminals. I'm off to have lunch in a few weeks with the Prime Minister of Albania. I might book a very big plane and take a load with me, I'm not sure yet. And we will stop what is a threat to our national security, what is a danger to girls and women on our streets. We will stop the boats, and we will detain and deport those who illegally break into our country, doing what nearly every normal country around the rest of the world does. You cannot come here illegally and stay. We will stop the boats within 2 weeks of winning government. We will. And we will stop dangerous organizations with links to terrorism operating in our country. Quite why we've been so gutless about this, both Conservative and Labour, I don't know. All across the Middle East. And we will make Britain more prosperous again. Our energy policy, led by Red Ed, is a complete and utter disaster. You've heard of it, haven't you? It's all well and good for Kemi Badenoch to say drill, baby, drill. Who was it that put 75% super taxes on North Sea exploration? Who was it that committed net zero to law in this country? They should not be believed. They should not be listened to. We will scrap ridiculous, harmful, wasteful net zero policies. We will start producing our own oil and gas. We will end the full subsidies for renewable energy, which has been going on your bills for years, yet no one told you. We will end Britain being the most expensive country in the world for industrial energy. We will bring cheap energy, and we will do our utmost to re-industrialize Britain, to start making things here that we want and we need. We will save huge sums. We will save huge sums of wasted public money, as our Doge unit has already begun to do in the county councils. We will do that. And we will, over the course of the next months, outline some serious cuts to the welfare budget in this country. It is not fair. It is not fair on people that get up with their alarm every morning, go to work and pay their taxes, for those that choose a different lifestyle to earn more money than they do. It is morally wrong, it is outrageous, and will be the party that backs working people. And we'll make London a centre for digital assets and cryptocurrencies, bringing thousands of jobs and taking us firmly, as well as reindustrialising, into the 21st century technologies. But you can't do that without lots of cheap energy. We're literally betraying anyone in Britain that wants to be part of the modern digital age. And we'll end this disastrous exodus. The rich are leaving. Some people think that's fine. But if the rich leave, if the biggest taxpayers leave, it means everybody else has to pay more. It doesn't make any sense. The politics of envy has never, ever worked. I don't want big taxpayers to leave. But equally, I don't want the young and the ambitious to leave, and they're leaving in droves. So we will make sure that people come back and see us as a place to be. And let's start teaching kids at school trades and services. You know, the one thing that AI will not replace is the local plumber. They're going to make a fortune in the years to come. In fact, looking at the bills, I suspect some of them are already. But most of all, we need to make Britain proud again. We've lost our sense of who we are. We refuse to acknowledge publicly the Judeo-Christian culture and heritage that we have, and that underpins everything that we are. We refuse to have our kids' minds poisoned in schools and universities with a twisted interpretation of the history of these amazing islands. We will not stand for it. We will police the streets and not the tweets and change all of that legislation that is damaging our rights so very, very much. And we will respect our armed forces, and in particular our veterans, who are those who served in Northern Ireland and elsewhere, being hounded for things that happened 50 years ago. That will end. Now, I've laid out just some of our, and I don't apologize at all for the breadth of our ambition, because that's what this country needs. It needs hope. It needs belief. It needs to smile again. It needs to believe in who we are and that we can have a great future if we turn these things round. And I'm going, in order to get all these policies brought together under one roof, and it's a massive workload, I'm going to ask Zia Youssef from this day to be our head of policy to bring all of this together. And I will, in the next few weeks, open up a new department within the party, leaning on the experience that Nadine and others have, and others will come. Others with experience will come, don't worry about that. And we will open a department for preparing for government so that when we win, we can hit the ground running. I promised you a year ago I would professionalize the party. Have a look around you. Have a look at this conference. Haven't our team done just the most amazing job? I promised you I would democratize the party. I think the fact that 70,000 of you voted for our new board members was an incredible show that you believe in the party. You wanted this democratization. And all I can do is to promise you that I will give this everything. I will give this absolutely everything that I've got. No one cares more about the state of this country than I do. I am determined to do something about it. I came out of last year out of retirement to try and lead a movement that would get our country back. I think we're on track. I think we're on our way. I'm proud to lead this party, and I'm proud of you for the amazing contribution you've made to our success over the next year. But I tell you what, folks, that was just the beginning. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, isn't he brilliant, our leader, Nigel Farage? Well, ladies and gentlemen, here in the hall, it's now time for a lunch break. Our breakout sessions are continuing in Britannia, in Liberty, in Nelson Endeavour, and also in Union Theatres. Now, we have got a very packed programme for you this afternoon, including Lee Anderson chronicling his journey from pit to Parliament. Laura Ann Jones will be talking about winning in Wales, and Graham Simpson will compliment her by voicing how we succeed in Scotland. We will also hear from our council leaders, Women for Reform, and we will also give you an update on Operation Restoring Justice. And just before you go to lunch, we also have a very special speaker, which we are keeping under our hats. And of course, we will hear once again from Nigel. If you are watching at home, do not fear. We have a special programme for you throughout the lunch break, which I know is slightly late. On that note, of course, I will hand you now to the Housewives' favourite, Jeremy Kyle. Enjoy your lunch.
How exciting is it for me to be told you need to fill for 42 minutes in the Reform Village surrounded by tractors and burgers, but we'll do our best. I want to know, by the way, if you're coming from the main auditorium, what you made of Nigel's speech, brought forward, pretty rebel-rousing. We have to say good afternoon to Chloe Dobbs, political commentator. Quick response to what Nigel Farage, the speech was brought forward on the back of Angela Rayner resigning, received in the hall. What did you make of it?
Well, I mean, right on the money going after Angela Rayner. I mean, what a huge day to be having this conference right on. The Deputy Prime Minister is in a huge scandal and now having to resign, and making clear we are going to be ready to govern come 2027 because the markets are absolutely crashing because Rachel Reeves, Rachel from Accounts has got no clue what she's doing with the economy, and it's now more expensive to borrow here than it is in Greece, and so it could be the case that the markets bring down the government, and it's really important that Reform get the message across that we are ready, we are organised. Many people have said, oh, you're just a new party, you won't know what you're doing, but Zia Yusuf and many others have done so much work to organise the party, and so many people have put their hands up to say we're going to stand as candidates, we're going to help local branches to make it happen.
In terms of your experience of being a political commentator, when you've come here today to the NEC, I'm running around and doing my bit, have you been impressed with how far, say, the party and its organisation, the machinery has moved on in the last 12 months?
Absolutely. I mean, I met with Richard Tice shortly before the election last year, before Nigel came on board, and it was just 3 or 4 people running the show from an apartment. And then now, I mean, look at this. This is crazy. They've got so many people involved. They've got a huge number of votes in that general election. Now on track to potentially win a general election, which is crazy. I mean, a year ago, we thought, those of us that voted Reform thought, oh, it's just a protest vote to get the Tories out. They could never, without possibly win a general election, but the unthinkable has happened. And
well,
I
heard David Bull earlier say that I think the latest opinion poll put their figure more than the combined figure right now, I think, I'm quoting him, of the Labour and Tory parties put together, which is pretty astonishing. But I guess the proof will be in the pudding. And I guess a lot of people have come in today, grab people throughout the next 40 minutes whilst David Bull and everybody else has a rest in a sandwich, haven't eaten, and find out what people's feeling really is.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is a great place to find out what the grassroots really think.
Right, you're in charge of getting us lunch. She's been amazing. I'm going to do my challenge Annika bit. We'll see you in a bit. Thank you very much. These lovely ladies have been waiting so long. This probably isn't going to work. What's your name?
Kathy.
How are you, Kathy? This is your sister. Joking, Kathy. See what I did there?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Emma.
Very quick. Why did you come? Why was it important for you to come to Reform UK's 2025 conference?
Oh, it's just absolutely amazing what's happening. We're from the northeast.
Whereabouts?
Durham.
God's country, ladies and gentlemen. Northumberland, God's country. Big.
And when you're driving the streets in our little things now, we've got the English flag flying everywhere, and it's starting to feel that people have got a little bit of hope and they're ready for this change that's about to come. Yeah.
Do you think? I mean, don't get me wrong. There's an age difference here, obviously. Well done, Jess. I mean, I'm very old. You're quite old, and you're very young. A lot's made always about reform. The age range of people who are interested in and believe what they believe in. What's your take on all of this?
I think it is mainly the younger generation who are supporting reform because we're all trying to start families, create lives, and it's petrifying. Like, you don't want to create a family with the way the government is. Like, I'm wanting to start a family, but do you want to start a family with Keir Starmer?
Probably the wrong person to talk to, as though more kids than Boris Johnson. But the thing is, I think across the spectrum, people have come here from what they've told me because they really, really want to perhaps have a fresh look at things, right?
Yeah. And can I just say,
yes.
Emma won in the elections in May and is a Reform County Councillor.
Are you? Whereabouts?
Wellington and Homework.
Good for you. Good.
Yeah.
Any other higher ambitions?
Maybe MP one day.
Oh, it's coming out now. We've got an exclusive. I don't even know what channel we're on.
Yeah.
What channel are we on? Listen, I don't mind. It's fine. Listen, what's the most exciting thing, though? You saw Nigel's speech. What did you make of it?
Oh, I just think he's phenomenal. I think he's inspirational. He's got the country in him. He's just amazing.
What about the critics who say he's not experienced enough to be the next Prime Minister?
Well, just rubbish, isn't it, really?
And obviously also today the news, which is why I believe Nigel brought his speech forward just now. The Deputy Prime Minister, Housing Secretary, Deputy Leader of the Labour Party, and I don't know what else the job was, Angela Rayner gone. From your perspective as a Reform councillor, what's your reaction to that?
Fantastic. Absolute best news I've heard.
Right, well, there you have it. Well, enjoy. So what are you off to do now? Climb a tractor, buy a burger, drive a bus? What are you doing?
We're going to eat. We're going to eat. We had too much to drink last night, so we're going to eat.
You had too much to drink?
We did.
I only had 2 glasses of wine, and I must be getting old because I woke up this morning and thought, oh, if you'd like to get me some food, because I haven't had any, because I've got to spend half an hour trying to find people who might or might not want to talk to me.
I'm sure everybody wants to talk to you.
You're lovely, and have a lovely time. And by the way, it's my best friend lives in Headon on the Wall, and it's the best place in the land up north.
Thank you.
God, that's lovely. Right, where are we going? Just come with me. We're going walking. Do you want to talk? You're waving. Hold on, so just point the camera. What's your name?
I'm Karen McIver. I come to say hello to you.
Oh, Karen McIver from Epping.
Yes, from Epping.
Now,
Nice
this
to
lady
see you.
is a very interesting human being, because just introduce yourself to everybody, because you're the... I'll hold it. Don't take over, for God's sake.
So I'm Karen McIver. I'm the branch secretary of Epping Forest Reform, and I've been proudly supporting the parents of Epping to get that awful hotel closed because it's in such an inappropriate place.
In terms of today, conference, we're seeing people now leaving the main auditorium after Nigel Farage brought his speech forward on the back of that news about Angela Rayner. I don't know why I did that impression, it's not great. What did you make of that news today, and what did you make of Nigel's speech?
Well, Nigel's speech was amazing, as always. As regards the other news, listen, we're not surprised. She was always going to mess up. And you know, she should have yesterday, they've waited till today. You know, they've probably done that to clash with our conference as well, but it hasn't worked. Nigel's speech was amazing. Reform is amazing. I think the British public are so ready for a reform government. I hear it all the time when I knock on doors. And you know, the whole country are ready. You know, 8 out of 10 doors I knock on, people will say, "Thank God you've come. Thank you for knocking at our door." But unfortunately, our council, our local council, Conservative-led, cancelled elections. So out in Essex, we weren't able to vote reform in. But we are so ready, Jeremy. When that time comes, we are so ready.
In terms of the feeling on the doors, right? You can look around here. Burgers, dogs. We must go and get a burger in a minute. But you look around here, and there's obviously a vibe. But one gets the feeling that reform is tapping into that vibe across the country. Would that be fair?
Yes, I think it really is. I speak to lots of branch members around the country, and everybody is ready. Everybody is fed up. Our country is in a mess, and we need reform to change it. The Conservatives and Labour have had plenty of time, and we can all see what's going on. You know, we turn the news on every day. It's just depressing, and we all want our country back. We are good British people. We work hard, and we want a bright future for our families. And that's why we're all doing it.
Do you feel hope being here today?
Oh, I really do feel hope. I joined Reform last year. I give up so much of my time volunteering for a brighter future for my family, and I feel the hope in the room. I feel the excitement. People are so ready, and they want to do something, Jeremy. You know, people want to. They want to get involved, you know, and I urge them to. I got involved last year. I hadn't been involved in politics before, and I'm loving it. And I have. It gives me such hope for the future of my family.
Good. It's really great to see you doing a great job in Epping. If you do find any food, can you bring me some?
I will.
Come on then, let's go walk. See you later. That was Karen McIver, who, of course, by the way, is heading up the whole issue that's taking place in Epping. This place is rammed full of people. Would you like to go on camera, sir? Or look at this man. Good God. Look at me. If I go down this far, I won't be able to get up again. What's your name?
My name's Ian.
Where are you from?
From Braintree.
In Essex?
Yeah.
Why'd you come today?
Because I'm a strong supporter of reform. The country's in a mess. We need sorting out. The whole country's together.
Is it though? Is it together?
Yeah, of course it is. Just look around you. Go in your local pub, go in your high street.
You need to do that a bit less. I'm only joking. Crack.
Hey, it's been a long walk down here.
Try being me. I haven't had any breakfast. I haven't had any lunch.
No,
on a serious note, when you saw Nigel's speech just then, because people are drifting through from the main hall, he brought that speech forward on the back of the news of Angela Rayner's demise.
Of course, yeah.
What did you make of the speech on a serious note?
Everything that Nigel says is common sense. It's what people want to hear. It's what people are thinking. And the whole country's in favour of what needs to be done. We've got to stop this immigration thing. It's stupid. It's just, we can't afford it. We can't afford it for our own people, so why can we afford it for the rest of the world?
But to most people, that would be common sense. So why is it taken so long for that to permeate through to people's minds?
God knows, but this last couple of weeks it just has. And the whole country, this last couple of weeks, has changed. Our streets full of Union flags.
Are you allowed to fly it?
Anybody tries to stop me flying my own flag, get out of my way. It's not going to happen.
Is that you next to you? Because he's staring at me. Are you friends?
Yes, yes.
What's your name, sir?
Keith.
Where are you from?
Braintree.
Are you enjoying it?
Yes, yeah, very much so.
Why?
Well, that's what the country needs. We've been waiting for something like this for years. I was 75 yesterday.
75?
Yeah.
How old do you think I am?
35.
Good man, right. Well, just a pay rise. 60, mate. But you said something interesting there. You feel, as a Reform supporter, that the country has been waiting for this moment.
Yeah, without a doubt.
You heard David Bull say that he feels like this is a seminal moment for the United Kingdom.
We're all living through it. We're all living through it, right? This is part of it. What you can see around here, what you can see on your streets, in every town in England, everybody's for it. We've got to change.
What do you say to the critics who say that's wrong? You should be a different.
They're not normal people.
Brilliant. Right. Well, you have another beer. Is that your wife? It's a Coldplay moment. They've never met. It's going to go viral. You've never met, have you? Put your arm. No, I'm joking. Why are you sat there then if you don't know him?
We pushed in.
See, it happens everywhere. Have a lovely day. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, look, it's all these people. Why are you using a camera? Come here, I'm going to do the same. Where are you from?
Grangemouth.
Scotland. Yes. Now, you heard David Bull say in his speech that Scotland is the aim for reform as it is across the UK. What have you made of Nigel's speech, friend? What is it? Fraser McIntyre.
Yeah, no, absolutely agree. You can't argue with anything that he's saying. It's all common sense stuff. The country really needs help. Every part, everything the government makes little or no sense, and it's just common sense to get it back together.
Yeah. Obviously patriotic or in need of and desire to be independent. Do you feel the reform message is growing in Scotland?
I think it definitely is growing. It's very different from down here. I think the dynamic of the SNP make it more complicated. So a lot of people think they are just being patriotic, but they're supporting a party who does not support the country.
It's good to have you here, mate. We wish our best to Scotland. Thank you. We're going walking on. I love this because all these people keep pointing cameras and stuff at me, and then when you see them, they go, "Oh no, don't come to me." What should we do? See the bus. Come and have a look at the bus. Can I get on the bus? Can I get on the bus? Sorry about that. I do apologise. Come with me. Come on. Let's get on the bus. You all right? Yes. Lovely. I haven't been on the bus for a while. Go on the bus. Sorry, I'm going on the bus. How are you? Right, here we go. So is this David Bull? I don't know. Is this just a bus that takes reform? Look at that. Let's sit down. I'm knackered. Hey, why are you on the bus? Who are you? Have a look. Are you the bus driver?
No,
take a seat.
I'm the bus driver.
What, are you getting a free lift?
Oh yes.
What's this bus for? Is this to take David Bull around the country? Is this just by means of publicity? What is it?
Yeah, it goes round to all the campaigns, for reform.
And you don't pay for a ticket because your mate's the driver?
Yeah, that's right. Trevor Jones, who drives it, who's our chairman at Bolton.
Oh, you're from Bolton?
Yeah, I'm
Peter Care country?
Yeah, I'm running for Brakemet.
Oh, are you? Okay. Yeah. And what did you, on a serious note, people are drifting through now from the main hall, having seen Nigel's speech. What did you make of Mr. Farage's words on the back of, obviously, what's happened in Westminster with Angela?
Well, today, everybody was behind him, and everything he says, I stand for, and I will follow. And hopefully, when we get in, we will put it into practice, and we'll change the country and make it good again.
Good to see you, mate. Thank you. So he gives you a free lift. He's not going anywhere. Now, the poor cameraman has now got to back backwards. The interesting thing about this entire process is, of course, this is going live in the main auditorium, and there's nobody there because they've all left. You try being a cameraman going backwards. Are you the bus driver?
Yeah,
honestly, what's your mate getting a free lift for?
Well, he's got his sandwiches here because there were 2 deer in here, so he's put them on the bus and them in.
You say 2 deer here. I haven't had anything.
That's how you should run the economy, you see.
What's that?
Well, save money, hasn't he? He's put his sandwiches on here in Bolton, gets them in for nothing.
You take this bus home?
I do.
So that you park it outside the house?
In my house, yeah.
Well, how's that received?
It's fantastic. It's great. Everybody loves it. It's famous.
And in terms of today, what does it mean? You're a Reform voter, yeah?
Well, I've been Reform since day one, and look at where we've gone. We've just got, you know.
When you look around, if you just throw that camera, man, you look at the people, I think this is like a holding pen, to be perfectly honest. It's like a holding pen. But in terms of where Reform is at now, what do you make of it all? The growth and how... Who's this? She's been on the bus as well. Hold on a minute. Where have you come from?
Arundel.
Right. Arundel?
Arundel.
Oh, right, OK. I don't know why did she buy a ticket? We're back to it.
I think it was just a reporter.
Oh, it's a reporter. Oh.
Yeah, well, people hope, doesn't it? I mean, if you think people are so fed up, there's nowhere to turn. Reform give people hope, and that's what it is. So day one, we're giving, you know, we're just there, aren't we? People have so cheesed off with everything. There's just, everybody's really down, and suddenly got this party, which is, honestly, we've come from nothing, risen to where we have, and we give people... What
did you make of what Nigel said in his speech just now?
Uplifting, fantastic, great speech.
And where are you from again? Bolton?
Bolton.
Right, from a northern working class... Let's have your reaction to the breaking news. Very sad that Angela Rayner is no longer the Deputy Prime Minister.
Yeah, it's terribly sad. As you can see, I'm really upset, and I'm not going to get over it easy. Fantastic news.
Do you think, somebody just told me to tell this joke, do you think that as she left Downing Street having resigned, she took a taxi to Hove or Manchester?
Well, she could have gone Manchester, but it's more likely she's going to cleaning that graffiti off.
I guess the old adage, doesn't it? You live by the sword, you die by the sword. So can I have a ride on your bus anytime I want?
Anytime you want.
Good man, that's the bus. Come and sit here. I'm knackered. I haven't had any breakfast. Come and sit down. It's very well organised. What's your name?
Abby.
Hello, Abby. Where are you from? Why am I doing an accent?
I'm from Blackpool.
Blackpool.
Yes.
Now, on a serious note, let's talk about Blackpool, because in all the years that I broadcast, right, places like that, Blackpool, would be categorically working class northern towns, and predominantly working class party. The working class party was Labour.
Yes.
They came to power and they talked about growth and they talked about the working people. What's the feeling in Blackpool? Is it still favouring that, or is Reform making advances?
So I think there's a massive silent vote coming out now. People aren't shy about being a Reform voter. I mean, we got involved when it was before the general election, when we had a by-election, and we was knocking doors and people didn't even know who Reform was. Now it's just unbelievable. The vote is turning massively.
Why do you think that is?
Because they're just letting everybody down. There's areas in Blackpool that have had no input. They keep promising things, nothing gets delivered. Concentrate on the town centre, neglect other areas. We've got the Pleasure Beach that's struggling, which is our mainest tourist attraction. And
the big one.
The big one. And, you know, they're just letting everybody down left, right and centre. And they're making out there's all these visitors and they're just day trippers not spending. So everybody's feeling it. Everyone's struggling.
If the country is in such a dire state, though, how can any party turn it round, though?
Well, I think, to be honest, I think if we start concentrating on the visitors in a different light than what they are doing, you know, instead of putting big commercial hotels in the town centre, going against all the local hotels and B&Bs for a start off, that'd make a massive difference. You're off the trade, and all the local councils all about is themselves.
And just to finish, because I am running, look at the team, we're having such fun, aren't we? They're all having lunch and I'm doing this. There's a woman who I know to the side of me who's going, wrap it up. I'm not wrapping it up at all. I've got to fill for 25 minutes, woman. What are you talking about? Did you see Nigel's speech?
Well, I did, yes.
What do you make of it?
Fantastic.
What is about him as a man, do you think, that's almost galvanised the British public and they follow him, if you believe the polls?
I personally think it's because Nigel comes across so true and honest, and he just says it how it is, and that's, for me, is what brought me into liking Reform. I think he comes across as a normal person, you know, forget all the parts about money and everything else and having good businesses. I'd somebody who can run a good business running our country, to be quite honest.
Somebody just said to me that the problem with politicians now is that they come to office pretending or attempting to make you believe that they're all squeaky clean, and then they end up being found out. Today is probably an example. But isn't the truth that all that we want is politicians that are effective? They might have messed up a few times in their life, but is that relevant? Does it matter?
No. And I think what we need now is politicians that are going to be for the people.
And I think that's what we've got with Nigel.
Well, brilliant. And you're a councillor in Blackpool.
No, I'm a part of a branch in Blackpool.
Abbey Butcher, ladies and gentlemen. Nice to meet you. And is the man in that? Is that your husband?
That's my husband.
Look
yeah.
at that suit. Come here a sec. Is that a reform suit?
Indeed. Colour.
Videoing the wife very, very proudly. Isn't that lovely? How long have you been married?
21 years.
I'm slightly worried. I'm sat on a step talking about somebody's love life. I better stand up. I might mess. 21 years yesterday.
21
years.
Get less than that if you murder someone and behave well.
I've known her 29 years.
Have a lovely time. See you later. Right, we're running. Good afternoon, madam. All right. Where are we going? Do we have any idea where we're going? We're going everywhere. Where are we going? Oh, I'll tell you what we'll do. We're going to have a look at the merch. Apparently that's the trendy way for saying merchandise, but I'm obviously not trendy at all. Is anybody in the hall watching this? Are they all having lunch? I know. What was the thought behind that? Look at this merch. This merch is just being completely and utterly gobbled up. Just come and have a look. Come and look at this. Oh, there's a man with a camera. It's not looking great. We have. Look at this. See, somebody said to me earlier, right? Has it got number 10? Is it because he's a striker? And I went, no, because that's where the OP ends up. Number 10. That's the idea behind that. Scarves, lovely. Very nice for winter. Not the thickest. We're going this way. You all right? Everything okay? Lovely cameraman. Oh, good afternoon, sir. How are you? Oh my God, look at this. Look at this. Let's speak to the merch man. Hello, merch man. How are you? Are you all right?
Yeah.
Harry.
Yeah.
How's it going? How are the sales going?
It's going really well. Like everyone's wanting a T-shirt. Everyone's wanting other sorts of merchandise.
Are you on commission, Harry?
No, unfortunately not.
So you don't actually care how many you sell?
If I was.
Right. Now, oh, so it's going that well.
Yeah.
Now, Harry, somebody asked me to ask you this. He's the salesman. We're going to try this. Why has it got number 10 on the back? Is it because Nigel Farage will be a striker?
Yes, he definitely will be.
Right. Very good. It's lovely to see you. I might get a freebie later. Thank you. That was Harry. Thank you, Harry. I don't think Harry understood that. We're going this way. I love the fact that I'm being surrounded by people pointing, but I don't care. I'm fine. I'm literally... Look at this man. How are you, sir? Don't worry. What's your name, son? Gary Guest, Sherwood Forest.
You know.
How are you?
All right.
Now, the shirt. You're buying a shirt?
Yes.
How much?
2 for 75.
2 for 70. Have you got 2?
Yes.
Who are they for?
Me and my brother.
You and your brother?
Yes.
And you're here for the both days?
Yes.
Did you just watch Nigel speak?
I did.
What did you make of it, seriously?
Moving and honest.
Put into words as a reform, on a serious note, you're queuing up for your merchandise. What are you a father?
No.
Okay. What's your concern about this country? Why do you think Nigel Farage is resonating with so many people?
He's saying things that people want to hear, and for myself, you know, I don't know. You're putting me on the spot there, but yeah, he's just saying things that people want to hear, and
so maybe other politicians aren't brave enough to speak about.
I'd say they're brave enough to speak about. They're probably not brave enough to carry it through.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Nigel's got stamina to do it.
Brilliant. Well, I think you should get Can you have a discount? There's a bloke round there called Harry. Right, come with me. What's your name? Gaz. See if we can get Gaz a discount. Harry, this is Gaz. He's a friend of mine. Can he have a discount? He's buying 2.
Yeah, he can.
How much can he have the 2 for?
I think 70 quid, I believe.
So that's another £5 off, Gaz. See you later. They are. See, lovely. Harry's just lost a £5. Harry, who literally believes that Nigel Farage wants to be a striker. Do you know these people? Makes me laugh, right? They're all like, oh, there's a camera. We better get out of the way. It's very, very scary. Look, there's a bar. We're going to avoid that. We're going to go. So there's also a lot of very intense people in suits who keep walking around looking really, really serious. Look, here's the... Let me show... Sorry about that. So how do people on mobile phones that don't look where they're going and then they bang your head? This, I think, well, there's a councillor's lounge. There's press interviews going on here. There's lots of... this is the media centre. Look at the media. Just having chips. Boys, come on, I haven't eaten yet. You all right? Sorry to interrupt. Gee, I've got the wrong gig, I have. Absolutely. Oh, look, there's a woman. Look at it. Look at this dress.
From Liverpool.
And we need a way forward. Just to let you know, Jeremy, I will be the next Lord Mayor of Liverpool.
Right, a very good afternoon, madam. You're looking resplendent. Paula Johnson, Liverpool Riverside. Which are you?
A red.
Are you good? And you're looking very white. Talk.
I've got a boutique in South Liverpool.
See, cheap plugs. Here we go. Go on.
I'm runner-up Merseyside Woman of the Year.
Is this your sister?
No, friends. We just met today on the bus.
Did you?
Yeah.
So, Businesswoman of the Year, and he came on the bus. Was it the Reform bus?
It was the can't walk in these heels right round the sides of this arena.
Let's have a big, aren't they?
There's always one.
So, what's your business in Liverpool?
I have a boutique, ladies' boutique.
And on a serious note, we're trying to get and gather as much info as we can.
Yeah.
When you come here today as a businesswoman, come here as a business owner.
Yeah.
What is it about where we're at politically and where you and people here today believe we should be? How is this government, how is the political situation affecting your business right now?
Horrendously. National insurance, employment. I'm a mother of 4 adult children, grandmother of 6. I'm from a town in our country, a city, that are predominantly Labour, and I was on the hand delivering for Sarah, Helsby and Runcorn, on the day of her win. I admire her. I think she's a great ambassador for what she does, and I will be Reform Mayor of Liverpool. That's my goal.
Good for you. When you see the popularity when you're here, when you look around, the media outlets are extraordinary. It's patently obvious that Reform has the ear, I suspect, of a majority of, not a majority of British people, but actually, a huge number are buying into what Nigel and David and the team and Richard Tice are talking about. There are cynics that would say, it's all good to say that, is it going to be possible to do it?
Anything's possible in life, and liars hate the truth, as today's news has just...
let's have your reaction to Angela Rayner resigning today.
Okay, I'm the daughter of a serving police officer in Merseyside Police of 30 years. My father is 93 of age, and he brought us up. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. Liars hate the truth.
It's a really interesting time, and I read an article at the weekend where somebody said to Nigel, the thing is, you're flawed. And he went, they'll have a go at me for smoking and drinking and gambling, and I've had a girlfriends. But that's what I personally think, that's what the British people want. They're sick and tired of people pretending to be something they're not and missing out, right?
With all due respect, where you are today may not have worked that way. It was a path meant for you. Yeah. We all have flaws, we're all human. So every human on the planet has a white skeleton and red blood. Why do we see anyone as any different? Why are we so quick to judge? This is not about the past. This Reform UK is the way forward.
It's great to meet you. The next Mayor of Liverpool, if she's away, she is called, Paula Johnson. Remember the name and the dress and the boutique. Can I get any free, and the mindset, can I get any free clothes for the wife?
Absolutely.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I was going to say give her a round of applause. There's no audience. And you, my darling. See you later. Right, so we're keeping... So, I do apologise. So, we're going to go very soon, just so you're aware. Will come back on stage in the Med Hall, and of course the speeches this afternoon will continue. There's a surprise guest as well. Just have a look at, honestly, these people. Honestly, we have been working our bits off for 40 minutes and these people are just drinking. Look at them, and this is the bit I love. Oh, I can't say anything. Let's go and see if we can find some more unsuspecting people. Oh, I love watching the security guards. They just keep watching. It's a microphone. We can't talk to him. Not at all, we can't. Let's just see. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Kyle.
Oh.
Herbie from Harrow. Herbie from Harrow.
You still got a job, Sir Herbie? You can't have...
What? No, Jeremy.
Oh, that's brilliant. Those are some ears, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Can you do it? I'm all ears. Can you do a Keir Starmer impression?
No, I'm sorry.
5,
I'm sorry,
4...
Jeremy. I'm not that good.
No?
I'm afraid I'm not that good.
Seriously, where from?
Harrow. Herbie from Harrow.
Harrow.
Yeah, I'll speak to you.
Do you? How... Just very quickly, because I know we're heading back, but how important is today, and what's your response been to Nigel's speech?
Jeremy, people are united. With this joke I'm having here, people are talking to me, we're having fun, and people are understanding. This is what we want to do. Talk to the people. Get them together. Get them to come and talk to us. Let them understand this is our only chance of changing the history of politics forever.
Do you get the feeling in this room, I mean, obviously these people are Reform fans, but do you feel that the message, do you feel that Nigel's speech and all of those things are reaching out to further than just here?
Yes, no, I really do think that now, because to people, it's a great feeling, and they're enthusiastic to get things done.
Can I just make some suggestions? Are you single?
Yes.
Yeah. Could you get your ears waxed? It's actually quite a one thing. Herbie from Harrow, what a lovely... And you, sir, what's your name?
Nick Ford.
What do you do, Nick?
Well, I'm retired.
Yeah.
I'm afraid, but
had to come today, right?
Oh, I had to. Yeah, I came last year.
Yeah.
And
what about the difference? I can't take that seriously.
No, you can't really.
Honestly, I can't. 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, we've gone. Oh, this is the lovely thing, right? From 2 minutes to 10 minutes. I don't care. I'm open-minded. I'm here till Christmas. What's your name again?
It's Nick Ford. I'm from Cumbria.
Cumbria.
Yeah.
And that's quite an interesting statistic today, actually, is that people have come from everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Somebody I was talking to come up from Dorset. I mean, they come from
Where you come from in Cumbria, what's the feeling in terms of political feelings across where you live in the area? Are people fed up, believing? What's the situation?
They're basically, as you would know, Cumbria is a red area,
yeah,
red wall, if you call it, Labour. But I have noticed, we were doing some campaigning for a town councillor, and we found that whereas before you'd put out the lights and they'd probably poo-poo you or make nasty noises, this time they were saying, great, thanks very much, I'm going to vote reform. And nearly every single person said that, and in fact, one. So in that kind of area, for that kind of switch, I think it shows how disillusioned people are with the Labour Party, because that place used to be a Labour stronghold for 70 years.
What is it about Nigel Farage? What is it about his personality? It's all about message, it's all about being in the right place at the right time. Why do you think people are driven to move towards him, it seems?
I think because he's got that kind of personality, that charisma. He talks to the ordinary people. He doesn't act like, I'm a politician, you should be listening to me. He's across, and of course
One of us?
One of, yeah.
Come up a few times, whatever.
Yeah, normal. As his fags, and everybody can connect with that. And the point is, he has for a very long time wanted the country to be independent. He's for a very long time made the noises that people want to hear. That's what we want. We need somebody who's willing to say these things, but do them, not just sit there and noise like some of the politicians and then, oh dear, we didn't have time to do it.
Now, just one thing before I run off, because I look like Challenge Annika without the yellow suit. Yeah, I'm sweating like a pig, and you've got a coat and a hat on.
Yeah, I know.
It's 80 degrees.
I know, but I'm still managing.
You're still managing, right? I'm going to grab these women because they stare. See you later, Sakir. Will you still be in power by 5 o'clock? You can't point a camera at me and then disappear. Come here. Look, see, this is what happens. Oh, look, we're doing hello. What's your name?
Sarah.
Sarah. What's your name?
Ali.
Oh, she's quite scared. Where are you from?
I'm from Swindon, Wiltshire.
Swindon, 2 people from Swindon, very popular in Swindon. Are you from Swindon?
No, I live in Wales.
Oh dear. Well, it was before the Labour Party ran it for 25 years. So you know each other, or?
Yeah, we used to work together.
Oh, just an overview, really. We're just trying to understand as people come from the main auditorium for lunch. What did you make of Nigel's speech brought forward today at conference because of the tragic news of Angela?
Devastated.
Maybe we should do some montages. Let's do it right now. Tell me, Alison, what did you feel when you heard that Angela Rayner had to resign?
Oh, I was absolutely devastated, really. It's going to drive me to drink tonight, let me tell you that.
That might have been my problem last night, which is why I'm feeling so crap. Do you see a way back for Angela Rayner?
I hope there's not one back for Angela Rayner. I don't think that Angela Rayner deserves a way back.
Do you feel any sympathy for this woman? I mean, we heard all about, a mistake and the child and all that, but somebody said to me over there, you live by the sword, you die by the sword, right?
Absolutely. No sympathy whatsoever.
Very interesting. I mean...
There's going to be flowing cheap in Hove, though, rather shortly, I would imagine.
Well, that's an interesting one. And also, we had the Keir Starmer lookalike. There are plenty of people that will wonder, with her on the back benches, what the next move for him will be. I mean, Nigel, apparently, I was in here, but was saying, preparing his party here at conference to be ready for a general election at any point.
I hope so. Seriously, I have sleepless nights. Well, not sleepless nights, but I really worry for the future of our country, generally. It scares me.
Do you think they've woken up to the fear, their parents or their grandparents, and some people are going, actually, I'm concerned going forward? Do you think that's changed?
Yeah, I do a lot of work doorsteps in and that's definitely the case. And I the other day I was out leafleting in Newport, where I live, and it was always
very, very, very strong Labour hold there, and we've got the steelworks there, we have the mining works, so it's really working class. Single good thing to be told to me about Labour, and there were people. I've always voted Labour, always voted.
Me. What are you doing, sir? Look at him. Domino's, nice pizza. Is that what you meant? Thank you very much indeed. That's breaking news as we head around the conference. What's your name? Steve Mills. King, Swinford and South Staffordshire.
That's
React to that news. Angela Rayner's gone. The Leader of the Commons, Lucy Cowell's gone now.
It's just a house of cards, isn't it?
Yeah.
Feels like that anyway.
You've been here today on a serious note. You've seen your leader, Nigel Farage. What did you make of the speech? Did it inspire?
Very inspiring. I was going to use that word before you did, yeah. Absolutely. It had a feel of a rally, which we've seen in previous times gone by, of rallies that you wouldn't probably associate with, but every word out of his mouth was something that you could relate to. And he holds that as strongly as you do, or that was my opinion anyway, that it's coming from his heart.
And do you get the feeling that across the country, you can stand here if you can speak to all these people, but do you get the feeling across the country that people who perhaps would never have admitted to having an interest or a belief in reform are suddenly going, well, we're at a point where I personally, they will say, believe that we're in trouble? Do you think that's happening more? Have you seen that at conference?
I don't think I even need to answer that question. When did he come out of retirement? Was it last June?
Yeah, June.
Look at the movement. Look at the momentum that's gained since June. It speaks for itself.
It's really good to meet you, though. Slightly dodgy jacket.
Excuse me.
Look at me, what is this?
Too conservative, that is.
Are you sure? I don't know what that is. Just don't lie down in the middle of the road, because it'll be like a zebra.
Can I have a picture?
Can you hold on a minute? Yeah, we are broadcasting live, but we'll have a picture.
Doesn't that?
No, we can't do it. He's the cameraman. Honest to God. Oh, it's fine.
Thank you.
Honestly, having a picture whilst working, still haven't had lunch. Lovely, nice to see you. I'm going to get him because I heard him say he's a West Ham fan.
I certainly am. Up the
There's only three of us, mate.
Yeah, I mean,
England are playing tomorrow.
Get out. You've had your chance. How are you, my friend? So Peter Harris.
Yes, a councillor in Clacton.
A reform councillor.
Of course, a reform councillor
in Clacton in Nigel Farage's home constituency.
Yes, absolutely. I was one of the Farage four who came over in the general election, and was very much involved in that.
So, having been involved here pretty early doors, what do you make of the difference between 2025 and 2024 in terms of today, in terms of everything? Nigel's speech, just people's reaction.
Well, I think, first of all, there's a magnificent buzz here. And if you look at it from last year everyone was so enthusiastic and excited about the general election result. But what you've seen here today, you've seen our party grow, become more professional. You've seen so many more. I think last year, we had one TV studio and a cab, basically. And now you just look around us. We've got Heathrow Airport, we've got JCB. To these guys here, phenomenal British company.
Got a bus as well that wouldn't let me on.
but it's absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah,
you can see the excitement, and I think there's real belief here that we're going to do it and we're going to get into government.
Doing a survey to make sure that people get a fair response. I'd like your genuine response to the shocking news that Angela Rayner has had to resign today.
Oh, I welled up.
Have you heard the other breaking news? He's now sacked the